All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you are connected. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Are we doing good? Are we doing good? Go ahead and just introduce yourself. If you guys can hear me very clearly, do me a favor, type yes on that chat window. Type yes on that chat window. Type yes on that chat window if you can hear me very clearly. Okay, good, good, good. Thank you so much. You guys are welcome. You are the reason why I do what I do. Thank you, and you are so welcome. So, give me a minute. So we are going to start today. We're going to start today's lesson very shortly. But do me a favor, remind your friend that okay, yeah, the party is starting, and once again, I want to say a very big thank you for showing up since Monday. We'll be doing back to back. It's a lot of work, but yes, you show up. That is the secret. So I'm going to play a very short video that I stumble on, and I think I love the concept discussed in the video, not the beginning, not the ending, because we're not talking about network marketing today. We're talking about Forex. But I just want you to grasp the concept that was discussed in it.
In today's video, I will explain why wealthy people do not use banks to create their wealth. There are several investment options in the financial industry with varying degrees of risk versus reward. Many people believe the bank is the first place to go should you want to save your money and start investing and create wealth. I'm going to explain to you why the bank is the last place the wealthy go to invest their money. Banks are in abundance all over the country, and chances are great that you have an account there. Banks offer one form of investments, which are known as cash equivalents. Cash equivalents come in the form of checking and savings accounts, certificates of deposit, also known as CDs, money market funds, saving bonds, and treasury bills. A cash equivalent offers a low risk, low return profile. They are the most liquid assets that you can invest in and are convertible into cash very quickly. Savings accounts, money market holdings, certificate of deposits, short-term government bonds, or treasury bills are all considered cash equivalents. Let's visit Bank of America and check out some of its cash equivalents. Under savings, we have a choice of 3 accounts. In order to qualify for 0.03%, we would need to deposit a minimum of $2,500. Otherwise, we would need to open the other savings account that provide a 0.01% return. Let's go back and take a look at the certificates of deposits. Again, there are 3 choices, and to get the maximum return of 0.07%, we would need to invest $10,000 and tie it up in this investment for a minimum of 12 months. Finally, let's take a look at our last option, which is a bank IRA. Now, before you get excited, an IRA is not a type of investment. It is simply the tax treatment on that investment. I will cover IRAs in a later video. Bank of America offers several different IRAs. But let's take a look at the highest percentage paying IRA, which is a standard term CD IRA that pays 0.03 to 0.15% on your money. This is the most percentage return that we've seen so far. Let's click through to see what we need to do in order to qualify for the 0.15%. If we scroll down towards the bottom of the page, we see that if we are willing to invest a minimum of $1,000 and tie it up for a minimum of 48 months, we can earn that 0.15%. Want to earn more? If you have $1 million, you can earn 0.20% in an analyzed business investment account, whatever that is. Now, let's take a look at what this really means. If you're going to invest your money, You want your money to grow, correct? In order to determine how fast your money will double, you will use a financial formula called the Rule of 72. Basically, divide the number 72 by the interest rate you will receive, and the answer will be the number of years it will take for your investment to double in value. So as you can see, at 0.02%, it would take you 3,600 years for your money to double. That's what your savings account is paying. At 0.15%, it would take 480 years to double. That's what the standard rate IRA is paying. By comparison, let's take a look at how much interest Bank of America would charge you if you borrowed money from them. Let's look at their 3 most popular credit cards. As you can see, on the low end, you would be charged 10.99% interest, while on the high end, you are being charged 22.99%. Let's look at automobile loans. Their best rate for a new car is 2.49%. How about mortgage rates? Mortgage rates vary from 2.85% to 4.125%. Let's see how the bank fares out with its investment returns. When they loan money out for car loans at 2.49%, it takes approximately 28 years for their money to double. Loans for home mortgages take 17 years to double. And get this, most people are carrying a 30-year mortgage, which means they will pay twice for the real cost of their home. When they have people with good credit who use their credit cards, their money doubles every 6 years. And those with questionable credit, their money doubles every 3 years. So let me get this straight. You invest your money into a bank account where you will never see your money double in your lifetime, nor your children's children's lifetime. But yet the bank will give you a credit card and see their money double every 3 years. Do you now see why the wealthy do not use banks? Sure, a bank is good for keeping your working capital in, enough to pay your monthly bills and other immediate expenses. However, anything else, including your emergency fund, should be parked elsewhere. To learn about your
All right. So I don't know about you, but I think that kind of makes sense to me. Why the rich don't keep their money in the bank, why the rich don't use the bank. Okay, so we are going to be looking into how to earn leverage income, okay, from Forex, even without you trading by yourself, even without you touching the mouse. But first of all, I want to get the feedback. That video you just saw, does that make sense to you at all? Does that make sense to you at all? Type yes on that chat window if that made sense, because most people, they walk towards, okay, yeah, let me save it, I'm going to save. But when you are saving, the bank is just using your money. That is how it is, you know, and they pay you 0.01%, 0.02%, just as we saw on that video. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so let's continue from where we stopped. If you remember very well, last I think that was on Monday. We talked about on Monday we talked about 10 different ways by which you can make money from Forex. That is, you can trade for yourself. You can trade either by yourself or for yourself. And you can also trade for other people. You can become an info marketer in Forex. You can become an entrepreneur in Forex. You can join maybe a network marketing or any business opportunity in Forex. You can manage other people's portfolio in Forex, and so on and so forth. So today we are going to be looking into 2 ways by which you, if you know what you are doing, you are a student and you are by now, you know what you are doing. Give me a second. Let me increase the font a little bit. So if you know what you are doing, you can trade for other people. You can trade for other people, and I explain this, okay? I explain this deeply training. So, but let's now assume that you don't know how to trade. I'm going to be addressing that, and that is the focus of today's training. But let me first of all talk to you that you know how to trade, and you're a trader, and you don't know. Maybe you don't have much in your account. You don't have enough money in your account. There are funding company. There are funding company out there. I created a video. There are funding companies. I created a video sometimes ago that addressed that. One of them, by the way, just a little bit disclaimer, everything I'm going to be talking about, they are for educational purpose only, okay? I am not investment advisors, and I'm not guarantee any profit for anybody, and I'm not telling you to mortgage your house on what I'm teaching, but this is what is working for me, and I believe strongly that if you could model what I will be sharing, it could work for you. So there are two companies out there. The first one is FTMO, and the second one right now that is, raging the market is Funding Talent. I believe so. Funding Talent. So the FTMO, basically, you will pay some certain amount of money. You will go through their challenge, and once you pass the challenge, they will fund you, I think, from $5,000 or $25,000 to $300,000. Then the same thing, also the Funding Talent. You pay certain amount of money, and once you make that payment, you go through the challenge process. Once you pass the challenge process, they will fund you and you begin to trade. Now, the difference between the two is that this FTMO, you will have to start trading the next trading day. But the Funding Talent, you will start immediately. I don't use any of them, but that is outcome of my research on two of them. So the FTMO, you as the trader, I believe you will make 70% for trader on your profit, and 30, they will keep 30%. Okay, so they keep 30%. So that is very good, because if you know what you are doing and you make, let's say you make $10,000 within the period, then it makes you make 7,000 and they keep 3,000. It makes sense. After all, you are not the owner of the money, and they will still refund your initial capital that you put in. Now, the Funding Talent, you will keep 80% for you, the trader, and they keep 20%. They keep 20%. So you can check them out if you are interested, if you know what you are doing and you are already trading and you really want somebody to fund you. So we can also take a look at their website. This is FTMO. You can go through it. To see you pass through their challenge, you verify your account, and you trade. Then this is a Funding Talent. Funding Talent, as you can see, if you want $25,000 account, once again, I'm not affiliated with any of them. This is just outcome of my research, and I believe it might be useful for somebody. So if you want $25,000 account, you pay $155, and if you want $100,000 account, you pay $610, and then you go through the challenge. Once you pass the challenge, they fund you, and of course you can trade any style, you can trade any strategy, and you begin to make money. Now, today, what I want to discuss is how you, let's say for instance, either you are trading, you are a Forex trader, but you don't have enough time to trade, or you are busy and you really want to partake of the global cake and you don't know how to go about it. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, how to invest for return on your investment and still, make money. So just as we saw right there, and when you put your money in bank, if you put your $100,000 in bank, If you put your $100,000 in the bank, you get 0.01%, just as we saw in that video. And what is 0.01% of what is 0.01% of on $100,000 for a whole year? That would be 0.01 divided by 100,000. Sorry. Times 100,000. That will give you like almost $10. That will give you like $10 in a year. Okay, nobody wants to do that. But unfortunately, that's what some people still do. Then, if you also have $100,000, even if somebody gives you 1%, which there's no bank that give you that. There is no bank that give you that. If you have 1%, then it therefore means that 1% of 100,000 will give you $1,000. So at the end of a year, you make $1,000 in a year over this. So if this is okay with you, you can go with that route. Now, some of you actually have some money, 100,000, 500,000, $1 billion. Some of you even have $500,000, and you don't know what to do with it. You can, as I said, you can either keep the money in the bank and let them be giving you 0.01%, 1%. If you are okay with that, that's good. Let me stop sharing my sound. Okay. So now, but what we do as a company, Eden Riches LLC, is that we have two ways, okay? And please, I want you to follow me. This is not for everybody. It could be for one person. It could be for two people. By the way, we don't even throw this open to general public anyway. It's just a private thing, but I just decided to add this to my giving back to you guys for this week. So you know that an average Forex trader definitely lose money. Average Forex trader lose money. And even Warren Buffett himself says that, okay, on his portfolio, you know, averagely, he makes like 20% in a year. So what we do is that we give you 20% flat rate. 20%, okay, flat rate. And if you are a Forex trader or you are one of my disciples, you can model what I'm teaching you right now and profit with it for yourself. So 20% flat rate ROI. So what that means, if you invest $100,000, okay, we give you 20% on it. So that means that at the end of 1 year, 20% of 100,000 is $20,000. So at the end of 1 year, you make $120,000 from us. Okay, you can wait till the end of the 12th month to cash out. Or you can be collecting your money monthly. And how does that work? So let's assume you want to be collecting monthly. It therefore means that we have 120,000 divided by 12. So you will be collecting, that is $10,000 every month from us. So this is how the first one works. So at the end of the 12th month, you have collected both your capital and the return on your money. Remember, I'm not a bank. This is private trading and this is private investment opportunity for whoever might be interested. But by the way, we don't take more than 5 people for this category. We don't take more than 5 people. And the minimum to actually join this kind of opportunity for this category is $10,000. The minimum requirement is $10,000 for this. So that is how this strategy works. You know, you don't have the time to trade, but you can actually make money. Okay, and this is how you make your money work for you. Does that make sense? This how you make your money work for you. Now, the second category is what we call portfolio management. So this one, now let me talk about this one first. This one, you don't bear any risk. The risk is on the trader. The risk is on us, okay? The first one. Either we lose money, or whether we lost money, or we gain money, or whatever, it doesn't concern you. Once we sign the agreement, you get your remittance, as I call it, every month, and for that 12 months, or at the end of the 12th month, you get your money back. And we've operated, this now for a while, and some of our beneficiaries, they really enjoy it. We don't owe anybody. Now, the second category is you bear the risk, okay? You bear the risk because, number one, you make more. Remember, low risk, low reward, high risk, high reward. So this one here, we trade for you, and we share the profit. We share the profit monthly, 50-50. Now, this is how this works, okay? If you use any of the method I talk about, if you use maybe FTMO, you as a trader, you will get 70%. You as the sponsor, that is you as the investor, you keep 30%. That is with FTMO, right? FTMO keeps 30% and the trader keeps 70%. Now, if you use funding talent, the trader keeps 80% and the investor keeps 20%. So basically what we do is both the trader and the investor share 50-50, okay? And you still have the capital, okay? So you still have your own capital. So let's say, for instance, now you invest, you have $100,000 in your account. If you have $100,000 in your account, and every month, let's just say we shoot towards 10%, okay? Just a figure. So you shoot towards that, and then you have 10% ROI monthly. So that gives $10,000. So it therefore means that at the end of that month, 5,000 will go to you, and 5,000 will come to us that trade for you. So basically, at the end of 1 year, you have made around $60,000. It's just an average, okay? Just a figure. You have made an average $60,000 on top of your money. And at the end of that period again, you can say, okay, now you want to collect your money, then you collect your $100,000. So it therefore means that at the end of the 12th month, you have made basically $160,000 together with your money. So this one, the second category, you make more money than the first one. But in this one here, you bear the risk because it's your account, it's your fund, and of course, we don't have control. But the very first one you invest into our business is the money is in our account, we trade with it. So there's no way we cannot, there is nothing concerns you about the risk. We do all the heavy lifting. So those are the two categories that we do. Okay, those are the two categories that we do. And basically, when you look at that, you can be working, you can be doing your work. Some of you possibly on this call, you are maybe a medical doctor, you are an engineer, you are an IT professional, you are maybe politicians, and you have the money. You have the money, but you don't have the time to trade. And instead of you keeping the money. Now, let me give you an example, something that happened yesterday. I bought one of our clients, actually, one of our clients gave, let me see, because I was having an issue with my Coinbase. I couldn't buy I don't know what happened. So I wanted to buy from Bitcoin. I wanted to buy Bitcoin from Coinbase. If I bought Bitcoin of 16,000 from Coinbase using checking accounts, they would have charged $234.90 as their fee. But because my payment couldn't go through, so I bought through Bitcoin.com. I was so excited. I bought $15,000 Bitcoin, only for me, by the time I was getting the Bitcoin, see what I got. I got $13,000 value. $13,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, look at that. That $2,000, that was gone on top of 15,000 is part of the risk that you bear as the trader. It's part of the risk that we carry as the trader. But if this is your account, if this is a portfolio management, I will not be responsible for the 15,000 that was bought. I will be responsible for the 13,000 because the loss is not due to, myself as a person. But I believe do you guys get what I'm saying at all? If you understand the concept, type yes, and if you have questions, go ahead and smash your questions on that chat window. Today's training is going to be very short, but at the same time, I hope you get the idea. Now, if you are looking to take advantage of this opportunity, you are maybe either you are one of our students, or number two, you are one of our, maybe of course the audience, and you want to learn more or you want to discuss the option you have, you can chat with me definitely on WhatsApp. Please just only chat on WhatsApp. You can chat with me on WhatsApp, and of course my number is +1 214 440 6099. Just only chat. You can chat with me, and we'll discuss the options that you have. But remember, maximum number of people that we could take for any of the category right there is just 5. Okay, it's just 5. After 5 people, we don't, so that it will allow for effectiveness and of course maximum control. So that is how that goes. Now, let me now discuss how let's say you don't have those figures that we talk about. You don't have those figures, you don't have those, 100,000, you don't have 200,000, you don't have 500,000, 50,000, and you still want to, trade Forex, and you don't know how to go about it. That is where we now use expert advisor. Use expert advisor, or popularly known as EA, and there are other categories also whereby you use artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence, it varies, but you have to be sure that you are using a very good one. Personally, I have 3 expert advisors that I have built for myself, testing them out. I've not even put them in the market to sell. And I have one that I have been using also for more than 10 years that I promote. And I believe some of you must have seen the video on YouTube, and that is the GPS Forex robot. GPS Forex. So if you go to YouTube and you search a GPS Forex robot review, robot reviews by the Forex Apostle, you will see my review on it. So I will not go details. I've created videos on that now, and I'm going to share the concept, how this works. Then, of course, when it comes to AI, I also have a private one that I have access to through a friend. So if you are interested also, we could discuss that. Now, this one here, I think GPS, I think GPS is $149, if I'm not mistaken. The video, the blog post, and the review that I did explains how you can install it, everything. But now, let me quickly share with you the mentality you should have when you are using robot, or you are using artificial intelligence. I normally use this this website. If you have a robot that is giving you, let's say, an average of 2 to 3, that is not even common. 2 to 3%, 2 to 3% monthly returns on your money, you are doing well. Okay, and I mean, it depends on the market. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you gain. And for the AI, of course, you could get some that will like maybe 5%. Okay, maybe like 5%. That also I mean, will is doing well. So let's work with 5% averagely. But on average, sometimes I go up to like 7% in some of my AI or my robot. So now let's say, okay, you start an account with $1,000, and you remember you don't have much money, and this is giving you 5% monthly, and you run this account for 12 months. When you are using a robot like this, you are not running in with the mindset of, okay, tomorrow I'm going to withdraw, or next month I'm going to withdraw. I like to set my mind for like 5 years in advance. So 5 years, just take this as like your retirement money. Take this as, okay, what the bank will do, you are doing for yourself. So $1,000 then, by the time you run this for like 12 months, this is how much you'll be having in your account. You'll be having over 1,700. You can never get that in any bank. You can never, ever get that in any bank. Then, let's say, okay, you decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to keep this for 5 years. That would be like a 60 months. And let it compound. Let it compound. You know, the greatest invention by man, okay, after blockchain technology and internet, is what is called compound interest. Compound interest. Compound interest. It will shock you how it works. It can start from like a dollar, like a $2, $3, but it will get to a point that it will explode. So if you have an account with 1,000, you have 5% monthly return on it, and you have, okay, you run it for 60 months, this is what you will be having in your account, $18,000. If you start this kind of account for your child when your child is 1 year old, okay, this is what I do for our kids. By the time they are going to college, in that same account, I already have enough to buy them their car. So I don't need to start worrying about myself, how to get money to buy car, how to do this, how to do that. Okay, so this is how you take Forex. Okay, the Forex knowledge, you take it to the next level, and you begin to enjoy the dividend of this global cake. Okay, I hope this makes sense to somebody. Now, if you have questions, I'm just going to entertain some questions. Let me see, guys. Okay, so if you have any questions based on what I've discussed, go ahead and type it on the chat window. I would have allowed you guys to possibly talk or bring out your word, but sometimes some people just mess up with the noise and everything, and we have to start editing. So that's why I mute everybody. But I believe you should be able to talk, or if you have any question from what I've discussed, talking about the investing, whereby you have money, you can invest, and somebody can be trading for you, and you share the profit 50-50, but be sure that the person that is doing that for you knows what he or she is doing. And we just decided to add that actually to what we do, and we are not taking more than 5 people on that, in that category. Then the second one, also talking about portfolio management. We just manage your portfolio for you. So maybe you are a business owner. I mean, we used to have a friend that run a dollar store. She took 80,000 loan to open a dollar store, and that store, they didn't even make enough money in a month that will pay for the person working there. So they ended up shutting it down. So if you have that kind of opportunity, you could take that advantage. Some of you live in United States, there's all this SBA loan fly up and down, PPE loans fly up and down. Maybe you have that credit facility. You can leverage with that. That is what somebody like, I won't mention name, but that is what the rich do. The rich will go to a bank, they will get like a $1 billion loan. Maybe they will pay back, they will say, okay, you pay back 2% interest. Then they will take this same loan on the same street, they will invest it in an opportunity that will give them like a 10% back. Man, if you calculate 10% over 1 billion, you know how much it is. And after a year, they refund the money, they pay the 2% interest, and they keep 8% profit. 8% of 1 billion is a lot of money. That is what the rich do, that the poor don't do. And that is why the rich keep getting richer, and the poor keep looking at everything as scam, as spam, as, oh, this, that. Okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. Let me see any question. Are there any US regulation issue with trading with robot? There is none that I know. This has nothing to do with a US. This has to do with your broker that you are using. Some brokers don't like robots, so you have to be sure that you find out from your broker if they allow. But most of the brokers that I use, of course, they allow, as you can see on my, you can see this is KOT. They allow broker. This is FX Choice. They allow robot. This is WAFX. They allow robot. This is Ugo's Way. They allow robot. This is Coinex. They allow robot. Okay, so you can use any of those that I've just mentioned, but you know by now my most recommended broker is FX Choice because they are regulated. They are regulated. Most of the US brokers like Forex.com, they don't use leverage more than 1 to 50, but most of all these brokers offshore, you can have a leverage up to like a 1 to 200, 1 to 500. I would not recommend anything more than that. 1 to 200, 1 to 500. Okay. Any other question, guys? Once again, if you want to discuss the opportunity that we just discussed, you can chat with me. Then we'll see if it's something that will work out. Sir, I want to open an account. I don't have much, but 200,000 Naira. I have bumped my first account. What will you advise? What 200,000 Naira is not up to $1,000, right? That is around $500, give and take. Yes, you can start from where you are. You can start small and grow it big, okay? You can start it small and grow it big, but don't start with the mindset that you are starting an account with 200,000 Naira and tomorrow you want to be withdrawing 1 million Naira. But if you have a job, you can start an account with this and you know what you are doing. But if you don't know what you are doing, I will not encourage you to put money to your life account first. You can spend that money actually to get that education that you need first if you want to trade by yourself. So you can get that education, because the mistake most people make is that the money they're supposed to pay for training to give themselves self-education, they will say, oh no, I'm going to trade it by myself, and they have not acquired enough skills to do that. Then they will burn out the money. So, I mean, I talk to people by the reason of what I do every day that are in that category, and that doesn't make sense to me. I've been in that shoes, and I don't pray that for my enemy. Okay, can we use Fidelity? I've not used Fidelity before. You can check them out. I've not used Fidelity before. Okay, how much is the EA? Well, I promote, it's not my product. The GPS Forex Robot is, if you go to gpsforexrobot.net, that is my affiliate link, gpsforexrobot.net, gpsforexrobot.net. Now, I have some issue these past few days that some people say, oh, the Forex, the robot plays a trade and the trade ended in loss. I want you to know that robot is a robot, it's not a human being. And that is the difference between you using a robot and you knowing what you are doing. There's no 100% accurate result. Sometimes with the way the market does, I mean, anything could happen. And that is why we always say that make sure that you don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Even though, I mean, I'll be using GPS robot forever and it's profitable to me, but sometimes, yes, things happen. And that is why I have my own personal settings also that I give to people that buy through my affiliate link. So if you go to GPS Forex Robot, gpsforexrobot.net, that is my affiliate link. robot.net is my affiliate link. gpsforexrobot.net. That is my affiliate link right there. You can go through it. If you are in a, you can see it right there. I can post it also on the chat window. You guys can check it out if it is something that you are interested in. That is not the purpose of this training. The purpose of this training is if you want us to manage your fund, but this is not for 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. If you want to discuss that opportunity, we are looking into 50,000 above. Okay, you can chat with me, and then we see what we do. Okay, are there any scam brokers in the market? Of course, there are scammers among them. There are scammers. The brokers also play some games, and that is why you have to know what you are doing. There's a video that I created for it. It's right there on my YouTube channel, so check it out. All right. Synthetic asset trading more risky than Forex? I have not done synthetic asset trading. I trade Forex. I trade. I don't even trade cryptos. I invest in cryptos and I invest in stocks. So that is what I do. I don't talk about what I don't do. So sorry, I don't know about synthetic asset trading. Okay. Okay, guys, I don't want to keep this so long. Once again, I want to say thank you so much that you have showed up for the past 5 days. If you are one of those people that have picked up, that have taken up the offer, 90% discount to join the Forex Apostle Mentoring Program, I believe by now you have gotten access. And if you have not, you will be getting an email or a message from me or from one of my assistants. So once you sign in, please start the training. Somebody chatted with me yesterday that he has signed up for my trainings in September and he has not really gone through anything. So how is that my fault? If you sign up for a training and the first day, the second day, the third day, you didn't get the information that you're supposed to get access to, aren't you supposed to get in touch with me to know that you have not gotten access? So September, October, November, December, January, and February, 6 months after. So you could tell that that is not the problem of the coach. That is your problem, I'm sorry to say. Okay, so please, if you are one of those people that take up the 90% discount and you have not gotten an access, please get in touch with me. And of course, we make sure we fix that out. You must have been added also to our private WhatsApp group. And guys, you know that, okay, this week has been so busy. So tomorrow there will be no Q&A session. We are going to resume our Q&A session next week. But if you have any questions, I will be available to answer your question. Once again, thank you so much, guys, and I will see you at the